Helicopter finance. Helicopter finance, often referred to as helicopter money, is an unconventional monetary policy tool used by central banks to stimulate economic activity and combat deflation or economic stagnation. The term was coined by economist Milton Friedman in 1969, who used it as a metaphorical illustration of how central banks could inject money directly into the economy. The idea is that, like a helicopter dropping money from the sky, the central bank would distribute cash directly to households or businesses to boost spending and stimulate demand. The concept of helicopter finance involves central banks creating new money and directly distributing it to the public or financing government spending without the need for government borrowing or debt issuance. While this approach may be effective in combating deflationary pressures and jump-starting economic activity, it is also a controversial policy tool with potential risks, including the potential for high inflation if not carefully managed. Examples of successful implementations. Japan, 2016-2017, the Bank of Japan, BOJ, adopted a form of helicopter money in 2016 when it introduced quantitative and qualitative monetary easing with a negative interest rate. As a part of this policy, the BOJ provided funds to commercial banks at negative interest rates, incentivizing lending and boosting economic activity. The aim was to increase inflation and support economic growth. Switzerland, 1970s. During the 1970s, Switzerland implemented a form of helicopter money by sending one-off cash payments directly to its citizens. This policy aimed to spur consumer spending and stimulate the economy during a period of stagflation. Examples of failed implementations. Zimbabwe, 2000 to 2009. While not explicitly labeled as helicopter money, the Zimbabwean government pursued a similar approach of injecting money into the economy during the early 2000s. They did this by printing large amounts of money to finance government spending, including extensive agricultural subsidies. However, this policy led to hyperinflation, which reached astronomical levels, eroding the value of the currency and resulting in a severe economic crisis. Hungary, 1945-1946. After World War II, Hungary implemented a policy of distributing large amounts of cash directly to the public to address immediate post-war challenges and boost consumption. This approach contributed to hyperinflation, leading to a complete loss of confidence in the national currency and economic turmoil. It is important to note that the implementation and success of helicopter finance policies depend on various factors, including the economic context, the scale and duration of the measures, and the soundness of the overall economic policies in place. While helicopter finance can be a potent tool in specific circumstances, it is not without risks, and careful consideration and management are required to prevent adverse consequences such as runaway inflation and currency devaluation. Consequently, central banks and governments must tread cautiously and judiciously when considering such unconventional measures in their policy toolkit. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned with AK Learnings.